Yo, what's up guys? We're gonna go through the cosine rule now. The proof of the cosine rule, I'm not gonna go through in this video. Maybe I'll save that for a different video. For this one, I just want to show you how to use the cosine rule for different questions, okay? Just so that you can apply it. So just as a nice reminder, sine rule and cosine rule, the reason why we need them and we use them is to deal with non-right angle triangles. Okay, so we've got a non-right angle triangle here. I'm going to give it some basic labels. So let's call this side A. Let's call this side B. Let's call this side C. And this should be capital A, okay, since it's opposite our little a. Now, the thing with cosine rule is it involves three sides and an angle, okay? Whereas the sine rule involved two sides and two angles, right? So the cosine rule is the following. A squared equals to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos A. Okay, so most likely you should have, wherever you're taking the test, you should have this formula in your reference sheet. So it's not something to, write out a bunch of times to memorize it. But if you just understand it and you apply it, then it should stick in your memory anyway. Okay, the one nice caveat I'll say to remember is the a squared, like the thing that you're making the subject, is the one that's opposite the angle that you're making a cosine out of. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to apply this formula. I've got a couple of triangles that I already drew up, so let's try to use it for this question. Okay, so we have the angle, okay, and we have these three sides to work with. Okay, so the angle, if I just put some labels on it, this can be A, this can be B, this can be C. B and C can be interchangeable since they're just on either side on 25, it doesn't really matter. And this one is capital A. So we can say x squared is equal to 6 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 times 6 times 7 times cos 25 degrees. Now the right hand side, that's all numbers, so we can just chuck that into our calculator. Looks like we get like 8.87 . Okay, keep that in your calculator because we're just going to square root that number anyway. Okay, and the answer is 2.98, let's say, to 2 decimal place. Okay, so it's just a very simple question to use the cosine rule. I'm going to go through one more before we wrap up this video, and it's this triangle here. And in this one, you can see that instead of looking for a side, we have all three sides, but we're going to look for this angle theta. Okay, so I'm just going to write out the formula again. So maybe I'll just label these A, B, C, and capital A. Oops. So we have 6 squared is equal to 7 squared plus 6 squared and this is the formula. Okay, so once you've written the formula down, from there it's just algebra, right? So we're going to just do everything we can to look for this theta. Okay, now first thing that I like to do is, since this object that's stuck together has a negative on it, I'm going to just move this guy over to the left hand side. Okay, and simultaneously I'm just going to cancel this 6 squares out. Okay, so first of all, 2 times 6 times 7 is 84, I believe. So 84 cos theta is equal to 7 squared. I want these equal signs to line up. Okay. And the 6 is cancelled out, right? So now we have cos theta is equal to 7 squared on 84. Okay, and I'm just going to put that into the calculator and cos inverse the other side. Okay, it looks like we get 54 degrees and 19 minutes to the nearest minute. Cool, so that was just a very simple demonstration on how to use the cosine rule. Cool, so we're going to do some harder questions on using these rules now, so I'll catch you guys in the next one.